Broadcasting across the state of Wisconsin on the Civic Media Radio Network and around the world on the Civic Media app. This is the Dom Salvia Show. And now, here's your host, Dom Salvia.
And welcome to the Dom Salvia Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. You can be a part 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. Got Just PS on the board and a little overtime with Maggie Dawn, host of the Maggie Dawn Show, 2 to 4 p.m. right here on the Civic Media Radio Network. Been a while, Maggie. Welcome. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm glad to be back. Had a little time away. It was really good to be away.
Yes.
But I'm excited for today. I'm excited for Election Day. I really want us to send a message that Wisconsin's can't be bought by Elon Musk.
We're not selling out, Maggie. We're buying in.
Yes. Double down, go all in, whatever it is. Just get out and vote for Susan Crawford, the one who's not been bought by Elon Musk.
Vote for the one that's not BS. We're going to get into all of that. Also want to get your legal mind, your opinion on the efforts of Attorney General Josh Kaul to go after and stop Musk from doing this. Now, Musk put some X's out. We'll talk about that as well. Also want to get your sense on the money here on the election as well. But before we get into all that, I know folks are tuning in right now. They're super excited. It's our break into spring text to win statewide contest. This hour's keyword, believe this or not, win. W-I-N. And today, the win, hopefully, will be for Crawford.
For the win. Not like how the Brewers have started.
Right.
Oh. The opposite of how the Brewers have started.
And what is
season.
Today's prize? Well, today's prize is a pair of Brewers tickets.
Hey!
Hey! So hopefully the Brewers will win if you win. So go to your app store, download the Civic Media app, find your favorite radio station, use the text button at the bottom of the screen, and text in the keyword win for your chance to win some Brewers tickets who have yet to win. Hopefully they will win tonight. 855-752-4842.
I'm going to be doing the old split screen, like the nervous toggle between the Brewers game and the election result. And Brewers game.
Back and forth. Maggie Dawn, good to see you again. Good to have you back on the show. And I was wondering, I wanted to talk to you about this because the efforts of Attorney General Josh Kaul, and it seemed like kind of far-fetched. Apparently, Musk had sent out he was going to give this money out in appreciation for you taking your time to vote. Now, Musk deleted that, but he ended up coming to Wisconsin anyway and having this rally.
He deleted it because that's actually illegal.
Right. But is it? I mean, he still said it.
If
still
you
out
can't,
there.
if you can't give, if there is a court ruling and the Wisconsin Election Commission is like you can't offer someone a bottle of water to vote while in line, you certainly can't offer them maybe $1 million for taking the time to vote. That was clearly illegal. That's why he deleted it. It became the sign the petition thing, and maybe you'll get $1 million. I guess that's the thing. Oh, by the way, need I remind everyone, Elon Musk has so much money that if he spent $10 million a day, every single day, for 100 years, he would still have enough billions left over to buy Twitter again. I just want everybody to absorb that. If he spent $10 million a day, every day, without missing a day for 100 years, he would still have enough billions of dollars left to buy Twitter again. That's how much money this guy has left. So, yeah, giving away $1 million here or there, that is literally a rounding error to Elon Musk. He is trying to buy Wisconsin.
Folks, you're listening to the Dom Salvia Show. That's Maggie Dawn from the Maggie Dawn Show, 2 to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday, right here on the Civic Media Radio Network, doing some overtime. Appreciate it. So here's the thing. Kaul, he put this out there, and the appeals court rejected it. Now, when the appeals court rejected Kaul's efforts, they said, according to the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, Kaul had not filed or supported his request properly, which forced them to deny the request. Now, I'm not an attorney, Maggie Dawn, but to me, it sounds like he didn't dot his I's and cross his T's, maybe wasn't properly spaced, used the wrong letterhead. I don't know. What does that mean to you when you hear that?
So with the caveat that I intentionally did not expend my time looking at the lawsuit, because as soon as I saw that it was filed, after I read what Elon Musk had said and the conditions for the giveaway, knowing that we went through this before, actually back in the presidential race, I was like, oh, this isn't going anywhere. So I'm not going to spend any of my precious resource
Right.
of time reading about the particulars here.
Sure.
But that specific line from the appeals court rejection, which was effectively upheld unanimously by the Wisconsin Supreme Court.
Unanimously.
So apparently all those crazy liberals on the court were like, no, AG call, you can actually go kick rocks. What it sounds like to me is that there were potentially insufficient factual allegations or affidavits supporting the complaint to give rise. Complaints are generally viewed when you face a motion to dismiss. You take all of the factual allegations as if they were true and you interpret them, or you make inferences based or in favor of the non-moving party. So to the advantage of the plaintiff. Apparently what the appeals court and the Supreme Court said was, even if we did that, you don't have enough here to provide the basis for the particular claims that he was bringing. It sounds sloppy, and frankly, it read a little bit to me like a political stunt. Again, Elon Musk deleted the offending comments that were clearly against the law. So what are you doing? Is it just performative? And by the way, was this actually going to impact the election? It was sort of like doubling down on the whole Musk thing. It's like they curate who they give this money to. It's a publicity stunt. And you make it worse by giving him more publicity about the thing. If you get what I'm saying.
Right. Well, but the other side is you got to try to do something if you can. So I at least appreciate the effort.
I'd be calling for, like, hey, legislators, you don't think this is a good idea? What if it was George Soros? Would everybody be like, yep, that's just totally fine?
Right.
How about we legislate this?
Let me ask you a procedural thing. So the appeals court said he didn't dot his I's and cross his T's. My words. Is that very same document that the appeals court rejected sent up then to the Supreme Court for consideration, or does Call have the opportunity to go back and re-edit?
No, he could file. He could have filed an amended complaint, but not in the Supreme Court. He would have had to try to amend the complaint or supplement the factual allegations or affidavits related thereto.
So as we
in
know
the trial court. But from the appeals court to the Supreme Court, you
Same
can't
thing.
change it.
Okay, so that was the
So he
same.
couldn't correct his mistakes.
Excellent. Okay, there we go. Folks, you're listening to the Dom Salvia Show. Maggie Dawn letting us know how it all works. Real quick, the text the tweet, the X message, and then the deletion. Was a crime, not a crime. I mean, if you say, hey, we're going to pay you for appreciation for taking your time to vote, and that's not allowed by law, and then you go back and delete that, does it make it go away? I mean, so
I don't know.
We're
in this weird never land of like, gosh, never been here before. Oh, this is, quote, unprecedented, the word that I never want to hear again.
my point being is if you go to the extreme and say, hey, someone called for the murder of somebody on Twitter. I'm going to murder this person. Whatever, something terrible and violent like that, and then deletes it. Is it still, if it's out there once, doesn't it always stay out there, even if you delete it?
This is where, again, I did not read the complaint. But what I am guessing is that the causal nexus between the Musk tweet or what he said he was doing and then it got deleted and the parameters changed, that they can't prove that it actually provided an incentive to anyone to go vote. And that is likely, in my opinion, what they may have been, or what the court was sort of putting its hat on, that you would need to at least allege in the complaint that it did actually impact voters. Again,
I think it did impact voters. I think a lot of voters are not really happy about it, too. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe in the opposite direction. Again, I think Elon Musk, he's like the friend that always brings the good weed to the party that's a real drag. I mean, not to torture a metaphor here, but it's like, oh, yeah, it's Elon. Everybody can't stand the guy, but at least he brought the top shelf liquor. You know what I mean? Like, he's that guy. Nobody wants him at the party.
But everyone wants the party. 855-752-4842. Speaking of the party, one of the winners of that $1 million was the Wisconsin college Republican chair.
Weird coinky dink.
Apparently that dude, deleted or made private his Twitter account after that happened. Everyone wants beer money from this cat now.
Right. He's the Elon at whatever college he was the head of the Republican Party, and is like, oh, it's Jerry again. But now he's got $1 million.
Oh, Jerry, come on, man. Come to the store, man. Get a 30-pack. Let's go.
Right.
Help a brother out.
For the top shelf, Jerry. Oh, maybe if for the next time Elon's going to do one of these giveaways, if I like very publicly renounce all my prior political beliefs and like, hey Elon, can I get $1 million too? I don't think he'd buy it.
Well, you never know until you try.
This is true.
But there is the argument, I mean, and I get it, this money is like a drug, right? And everyone wants a little bit, and they're willing to give everything away for just a little bit more. But there's the adage, well, at least I could do something good with it. I'll take that money and I'll do something good with it. And then just yesterday brings up like the Ring of Power. That's what everybody.
Don't do it, Dom.
That's what everybody said in the Lord of the Rings
I'll
too.
be benign. Precious. That's right. If you look generally at what has happened to people whom in the past I would have considered to be very principled conservatives. I disagreed with a lot of their policy prerogatives. But hey, these are the values that I stand for. This is the platform. These are the candidates that I support. Donald Trump is not a conservative. Full stop. He is not a conservative. He's not a Republican. He's MAGA. He's Donald Trump. It is a party of one, in service of one, and by extension, in service of billionaires. They might as well call it the Billionaire Boys Club. That's what it is. The manosphere, whatever the heck. This isn't about, again, a group of principled policy positions. This is venality. This is the transactional nature of what has gripped what used to be the Republican Party. And most of my conservative friends, if I'm speaking with them privately, will say that very plainly. I call on you to be a person of your convictions, of your values. Stand up and vote against a tyrannical billionaire overlord whom no one voted for last I checked.
Folks, you're listening to the Dom Salvia Show. It's overtime with Maggie Dawn. One more segment with her. We'll take your calls as well. 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. Consider this as we go to break. If it's okay for us to pay, $1 million for appreciation for one or two or three people, at what point? How much money? How many people does it take to actually full on accept that he's buying the election? Come back with us. Salvia Show, 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. It's our break into spring text to win statewide contest. This hour's keyword is win. Win. Download the Civic Media app. Find your favorite radio station. Use the text button at the bottom to send in your keyword win for a chance to win some Brewers tickets who have yet to win.
They will. They will.
Maggie Dawn, a little overtime with Maggie Dawn, her fine show preceding this, 2 to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday on the Civic Media Radio Network. Maggie, thanks for sticking around. We've got a couple of callers. Want to get to them on, the efforts of what's going on here. It's voting day today, folks. Get out and vote. Susan Crawford, not the BS. Let's go to Brian from Milwaukee. You will be first. You're on with Maggie. Brian, welcome. What do you got?
Hey, yeah. I know a friend that did sign that petition. And he did then a screenshot of his checking account that stated from the American PAC that he did get $100 for signing the petition, and then he got $100, another $100 for a referral. Today he posted a photo on Facebook of himself with a sticker saying "I voted," and pushing everyone to vote for Crawford. And I know for months he's been on our side. And he also then stated today that he's still waiting for about $400 in referrals from us to be paid out that he has yet to receive.
Oh, okay. So hang on. I want to make sure I understand the story here, Brian. Your buddy did sign the petition, got some money, got some referral money, went and voted for Crawford, but he's still waiting for some other referral money. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, he got paid for his initial signing the petition. He got paid once for a referral, but he's still waiting for about $400 to come from us for four other referrals.
Did your friend indicate what he's going to do with that money, Brian?
Oh, I don't know.
Hopefully he's buying you some beers, man. Thanks for sharing. 855-752-4842. I debated, Maggie, should I sign this thing, take the money and run, have some fun with it? But I'm like, no. I don't need the $100 that bad. I don't want to sign up with this cat.
I think everybody should sign the petition, get your $100, and then go vote for Susan Crawford. Thank you, Elon. Cha-ching.
You always give a little something away. A little something to your soul, perhaps.
It's a petition to oppose. What's the wording? It's something like activist judges. You mean like activist judges on the Supreme Court that are like, presidents are kings for the first time in our 250-year history. Women don't have the right to control their bodies for the first time in 50 years. Ta-da! You mean like those activist judges?
Ooh.
I'm not a fan of activist judges that remake law to serve a predetermined politicized outcome. That is the activist judges. Those are the activist judges that I oppose. I'll happily sign a petition that says that and check whatever size and cash whatever size check Elon Musk wants to cut me for that very principled position.
855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. Richard from Waukesha. You're up. Welcome, Richard. What do you got for us?
Hi, Maggie. I got a question for you. You remember way back when the media gave all kinds of time to the bailout, and they called General Motors government motors?
I remember the bailout. Yep.
Yeah, and they didn't want to give loans to General Motors, but they wanted Wall Street and the banks to get it all. Anyway, did you ever hear anything by the media control of them paying the loans back? Occupying the media with that as much as, all of the bad talk about government motors?
I guess, are you talking about the fact that when we talk about many of these bailouts, and I would lump in the like 30+ billion that Trump gave to farmers after his.
That wasn't a bailout.
Wasn't
though.
It came, but here's how we like the definition of terms here becomes really important, right? Bailout in my language, the way that I would define the term is taking taxpayer money to shore up an industry and providing payments that industry would not otherwise receive. TARP, following the 2008 financial crisis, right? Like this has happened repeatedly in U.S. modern economic history. We can talk about the financial crisis, right? We can talk about, again, the financial crisis coming out of the mortgage lending crisis when banks didn't,
but the auto
farmers, the auto bailout,
But see,
et cetera, et
the
cetera.
auto bailout, those primarily got paid back. I mean, these were monies that were given certainly taxpayer dollars, but those were paid back. The farmers, that was never paid back. That was just a giveaway.
So again, the terminology matters.
Would you call the auto loan?
If it's a loan because it's actually paid back, it's a loan. It's not a bailout. Bailout, by the way that I would define it, is
not
that
paid back.
which is not paid back.
Gotcha.
Which is a direct subsidy, which is, here's a word for it, welfare. People what do you mean when you use the word welfare? We have gotten so sucked in to largely much more effectively done on the MAGA far right, the rebranding of things, right? That the meaning of words has been stripped in many ways. A death tax? Oh, well, we're all going to die. I hate those. An estate tax? I'm probably for that because I don't have an estate, right? The rebranding of things is what to be suspicious of. Simply because someone calls something a bailout does not make it so, right?
Yes.
We did effectively bail out the financial sector, right? That's what happened. And there's a really interesting, almost minute by minute blow of the weekend where Bear Stearns was blowing up. I think it's in the New York Times. It came out this morning or yesterday. And and it's the interplay between the people from Bear Stearns, J.P. Morgan Chase, the Fed, and the Treasury trying to figure out how to shore up the entire financial system, and that included some bailout money. It's part of what happened then. Again, that was not paid back.
Yeah, welfare.
Yeah. Financial
Wall Street,
sector
welfare.
And I'm not going to say they shouldn't have done that. The impacts of the financial system entirely collapsing.
Could it get paid back though? I mean, come on, man.
When they all then make a ton of money off of it.
You give them free money to go loan money out on that they make free rent interest on. Maggie Dawn.
Can I just say one more thing?
Yes.
Don't forget that BS, the shameless show Brad Schimmel, when asked if he would have defended the ban on interracial marriage, was basically yeah, that's my job.
Yeah, I have to. Thank you, Maggie Dawn. Listen to her show 2 to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday right here on the Civic Media Radio Network. Come back with us, 855-75-CIVIC. Salvia Show, 855-752-4842, 855-75 Civic. Want to thank our most recent guest, a little overtime with Maggie Dawn from the Maggie Dawn Show. Check her out Monday through Friday, 2 to 4 p.m. right here on the Civic Media Radio Network. Always great to catch up with Maggie. Been too long. Look forward to the next time as well. Just PS working hard on the board. Callers and texters, I see you. Let me remind everyone, it's our break into spring text to win statewide contest. This hour's keyword is win, for your chance to win a pair of tickets to see the Brewers, and hopefully they will win tonight. So download the Civic Media app, find your favorite radio station, use the text button at the bottom, and send the keyword win for your chance to win. Today we'll go till 5 o'clock.
And even if
Central
our
Time.
beloved Brewers can't win, you can win. Oh, man, crew.
Lots to get to it. It's election day. Go out and vote for Susan Crawford. Lots of reasons why.
Oh, yeah.
But apparently we have some more reasons why.
We have some more reasons, certainly, to not vote for BS. They just pile on top of each other. Just 1 more, 2 more, 5 more, mountain more. Yeah, so this was some audio that was brought to my attention.
Okay,
it was
excellent.
played earlier in the day on the Todd Alba show.
Oh.
This is Brad Schimmel recounting an experience that he had of psychologically beating the daylights out of his 8-year-old daughter.
Why?
Let's take a listen.
And she reminded me of a story that I cannot deny. We had picked up our oldest, Mackenzie, at a friend's house, and there'd been a fib. I don't know what the fib was anymore, but she told a fib about something, and she was denying that she had fibbed. So this car ride home, I'm going to get her on the witness stand. So she's in the back seat. I adjusted the mirror, so I'm looking right at her, and she's looking right at me. And every time she looks away, I said, "Look at me." And I don't think I looked at the road the whole way.
Dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
And I got her back there, and I'm grilling her about this, and I'm rebutting every fib she piles on the fib. And I got a Perry Mason moment right there in my car. She broke down. I did it. And I won my trial. She is next witness, rest my case. Well, she's in the back seat. She is just crying miserably. My wife's looking at me like I'm a monster. And I was proud of myself.
Wow, dude. You were proud.
He was proud of himself.
Proud, Daddy, that day. Maybe your wife's instincts were right.
Just in case you needed another reason to vote for a candidate who has shown that she has the judicial temperament to handle difficult cases, to approach people as humans, vote Crawford.
Wow. So apparently BS has a big problem with fibbing. Fib. That's a lie.
That's a lie.
That's a lie. So
a lie.
There's no lying.
No lying.
In the Schimmel household. Otherwise, Judge Dred Schrimmel,
Yeah.
Judge BS, he'll roll down on you, man. He'll stare at you till you break just by the force of his gaze. I did pass the BS bus last weekend when I was going up, a couple weekends ago when I was going up by mother's. And they were going 70 and a 55.
Oh.
I'm just saying.
Just saying.
And I know because I was passing
you were
them.
passing.
So Brad Schimmel emotionally working over his 8-year-old daughter?
His 8-year-old daughter.
Way to go, man.
Way to go, Dad.
That was probably the last time he won. By the time she turned 9, she pretty much met his mental capabilities.
Right.
But it's interesting that Brad Schimmel has a big problem with lying in the household, but he has no problem lying to you and lying to me. Now, he's either lying to us or he's ignorant.
Could be both.
Or both. We'll have that
both.
conversation. And what do I mean? Well, we just heard Brad Schimmel, a big problem with lying. But what did he lie about? Just we have that sound, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Today's election day, man.
Today's election day.
There's going to be some vote counting going on in Milwaukee.
And you know what time it starts?
When?
8 p.m.
Why?
Because that's when the polls close, Dom.
And that's when they start counting those other votes.
That's right.
Let's hear what Brad Schimmel had to say about this. What is the lie? Let's hear it.
get our votes banked, make this too big to rig, so we don't have to worry that at 11:30 in Milwaukee they're going to find bags of ballots that they forgot to put into the machines like they did in 2018 or in 2024 when Eric Hovde, was ahead all night, and then all of a sudden Milwaukee County changed that.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I don't know if there was fraud there. There's no way for me to know that.
There's no way for me to know that.
You don't know what happened. You name all this stuff. And let me again refer to, we talked about this a couple of weeks ago. Let's do it again. Since we've just found out that Brad Schimmel has a huge problem with lying. Allison Durr reported March 19th, 2 weeks before Wisconsin Supreme Court election. As today, folks, BS raises Milwaukee counting trope. Oh, yes, he did. You just heard it. Now, here is what the reporting has to say about this. And then I got to find it. See, that's what I get. The Republicans had an opportunity, and even they passed, I believe, in the House.
It passed through the House.
The Assembly.
It was dead in the Senate.
They didn't take it up. They could have changed it. 855-752-4842. More than 6 years after the scuffle over the 2018 absentee ballots, it is widespread knowledge, BS, Mr. Gonna break my daughter mentally because she fibbed. It is widespread knowledge that the state's most populous city consistently reports its absentee ballots all at once, early in the morning, after a major election. Well, why, Allison Durr from the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel? Why don't you tell us in case Brad Schimmel decides to pick up a newspaper and edify himself?
Mm-hmm.
That's because of the sheer number of absentee ballots cast by the city's voters in major elections, coupled with the state law prohibiting clerks from processing absentee ballots before 7 a.m. on Election Day. The Republican-controlled Senate last year let a bipartisan bill die that would have made it possible for clerks to start processing and finish counting the absentee ballots earlier. They can't start them before 7 a.m. on Election Day. By law, they could have changed it. It got through Voss's Assembly and the bipartisan bill, and the Republican-controlled Senate let it die.
And let's just be clear on this. They can start counting then. However, while they're counting, they still need to be running the polling place.
The people that are coming in live
the people that
at
are
the
coming
time, in person. Correct.
Which means that functionally, they don't actually start counting until the polls close.
Especially in a busy and on-demand election cycle. I mean,
right.
like perhaps like this one. Lots of people
We're getting
voting.
texts in who are saying that they were thousandth in line early in the morning. We're getting reports of long lines. This is a busy election. People are engaged. They're civically engaged. That's fantastic. And it means election workers are busy.
Our pal Tom Kircher over at Wisconsin Watch. He edifies us once again. This is from March 28th. Now, Mr. Schimmel, in case you don't believe Allison Durr from the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel, I don't know why, but here's Tom telling you the same thing. Did Milwaukee election officials at the end of ballot counting find bags of ballots that they forgot? Short answer, no. City of Milwaukee election officials process absentee ballots at one location on Election Day, which sometimes mean ballots are still being fed into tabulators late that night or early the next morning. Results are reported once processing finishes. Now, again, we heard the sound. State law prohibits municipalities from preparing absentee ballots before Election Day. A bill that would allow an earlier start stalled. It's stalled. Yeah, the Republican Senate.
Yeah.
They could change it. So, Mr. Schimmel, BS, man. You're so proud of standing up for whatever the right was. The fib that your daughter told, that you stared her down, your 8-year-old daughter, until she broke under the pressure. You got a problem with lying, man? So either you don't know what apparently everybody else knows, and lots of people are reporting within the last couple of weeks, Mr. Schimmel. Either you don't know that, or you're lying about it. In either way, I believe that makes you unfit, unqualified for this office, for any office, man. And I think being in politics in the state of Wisconsin, as long as you have BS under Scott Walker, and you know some BS when they're one of Scott Walker's crew, you know this. I believe you know it. And I believe, you are fibbing, just like your daughter did to you. That's what I believe, because I don't think you're that dumb. I think you got problems. But now, so Jess and I had this discussion. Can you be a liar and ignorant at the same time?
Of course you can.
But in general,
In
sure.
general, sure. On this specific item, yeah, I agree with you. He has to know.
He has to know.
He has to know. So it's not even a fib because this isn't a little thing. This is a flat out stinking lie.
Flat out stinking lie. Matt Smith tweeting out, he's from the ABC affiliate here, Channel 12 in Milwaukee. 1 a.m. update from Milwaukee election officials. City should be done counting absentee ballots sometime after midnight.
Yeah.
Sometime after midnight, according to journalist, reporter Matt Smith. And he puts this on, and I retweeted it out. But then you see the tweets underneath it. So, Schimmel, does your lie, does it have a consequence? Oh, yeah. Like Michelle M. at Vote Right Team. There's the cheat. Oh, yes. See what they're doing here? They mean 4 a.m. Again, says at Bad Rob L. It goes on like this. Or as soon as they know how many votes they need to find, says Wisconsin AJB. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Your continual lie gets other people fired up. Like, oh man, look at Milwaukee. They're gonna come in at 1 a.m. Oh, they're gonna find finding all these votes. And yeah, come on, man. You are purposefully lying to people to what? To gin them up? To put doubt into our election system? You are purposefully doing that. You, sir, are acting like your 8-year-old daughter. And just think of me as you staring at you, man. I'm doing it till you break, man. Stop this. Admit that you know it. Or stop or read the frickin' newspaper, man. This is how it's done. The Republicans in the Senate here in the state of Wisconsin could have changed this. They declined to do so.
Well, it's such a valuable little bargaining chip. Hovde was using it a month ago.
If you fix it, you can't complain about it,
That's
right?
right.
And certainly the people that are following Matt Smith out there, these folks, they're all down with it, man. They're all down. They think that this is going to get stolen. Wisconsin needs to do away with central counts. There's no reason it should take that long. This is just so they can dump fraudulent ballots. Well, says Rosie_Lisa1. This is the problem. This is what happens. This is what they're saying because of your continued lies, sir, that you mentally beat your child with because you don't like the fibs. Well, how about, sir, you lead by example? Would your daughter be proud of you knowing this? You're going to go to your daughter and tell her how the votes are counted in Milwaukee? You're going to tell her that, yeah, I don't know if there's any fraud the way they do it. There's no way for me to. You know exactly what's going on, man. And they did recounts after the Trump election. And actually, after the recount, Trump lost a few votes.
Uh-huh.
This is a shame. It's a sham, and it is disgusting. And for a guy who claims to stand up for all these things and wants to be this, a consistent conservative voice on the bench, you sure got no problem lying to everybody.
Dom, it's real simple. It's BS.
855-752-4842.
Take a breath.
Okay, I'm better now. I'm better now. Folks, go out and vote for Susan Crawford, please. I mean, come on, this guy. We need to cast this guy aside. 855-752-4842. We're going to come back with some of your calls. And then we're going to get into some of the national news as well. The national security team. Not only other signal chats, apparently, also some sensitive information perhaps being emailed via Gmail.
Emails?
But her emails. What about his emails? Yeah, that's Waltz. That's the national security advisor. You can get to there as well. And a Maryland man, apparently accidentally, administratively wrong, sent to El Salvador, but too bad, so sad. Apparently, Trump administration isn't going to do anything about it. Come back with us, 855-75-CIVIC. And welcome back to the Dom Salvia Show, 855-752-4842, 855-75 Civic. Your last chance this hour to win our spring break into spring text to win contest. Download the Civic Media app. Find your favorite radio station. Use the text button at the bottom to send the keyword win for your chance to win some Brewers tickets. Brewers haven't yet to win. Win. So text in the word win. They play tonight 6:40. We'll see what happens. But you could win some Brewers tickets, ironically enough. Win. Text the word win. You have until 5 o'clock Central Time today, folks. Thank you for playing, and good luck to us all. Our callers being patient. Let's get to them. 855-752-4842, 855-75 Civic. Lisa from Madison, you're up. Welcome, Lisa. What do you got today?
Hey, Dom. I just wanted to encourage everybody who's griping about these absentee ballots to actually go work an election. Then they'll learn how this works.
Yes. How does it work?
I've volunteered for the last 2 presidential elections in Madison, and it's quite a process because you have to check each absentee ballot against the poll book, verify the signature, open it, and then run it through the tabulator. And if you don't have a centralized system like they do in Milwaukee, you have to kind of work the ballots in as the people are coming in. So if it's really busy, people have to stand in line with like 3 or 4 absentee ballots, and then they have to let actual voters go in front of them. So it can take forever to work through all the absentee ballots. I think the centralized system they have in Milwaukee is great because everything's in one place. If they decentralize it, it's going to take longer.
Lisa, apparently the Republican Senate here in the state of Wisconsin let a bill die or didn't advance a bill that would have at least addressed this. What are your thoughts on that? I mean, apparently there's a bipartisan effort in the Assembly to make this happen. Why do you think they want to leave this out there and not address this? Because they keep complaining about it.
Because then they won't have anything to complain about.
Lisa, thank you for what you do. Thank you for volunteering. Yeah, that's a great idea. Perhaps Brad Schimmel should go and see how it works. There's an idea. Get some actual experience into how the process works. But as Lisa said, if you solve the quote-unquote problem, because it's not a problem. It's only a problem of perception. It's only a problem. It's only an issue if you're volunteering or working there and you're wait there till 1 o'clock in the morning. That could be problematic, certainly. Right. But you know what you're signing up for. If we, the people, through our government, have the ability to address this and fix this, so number one, folks don't got to stay there till 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, number one. And number two, so people like Brad Schimmel and Eric Hovde and Scott Walker don't have the lie to lean on because they don't like all the black people from Milwaukee voting. Let's just say it what it is. 855-752-4842, 855-75 Civic. Thank you, Lisa. Pam, you are next. Welcome, Pam. What do you got for us?
Hi there. I wanted to share something about choosing to be involved.
Yes.
My son turned 18 in September, and the first thing that he wanted to do was register to vote.
Nice.
So that he would be sure to be able to vote in the fall election. And he's a senior in high school, and he also has a part-time job. So today, being election day, he actually left school during a study hall to go and vote so that he would make it to work on time after school. That's how determined he is to be involved and to vote.
That's excellent, Pam. How is it? So this is the first time. Was he nervous at all? I know some folks can get a little nervous going through the process. How was your son?
He was a little nervous. We went together and, so he knew exactly what, explained to him what to expect and what he would be, would need to do. And afterwards, he was so incredibly proud that he had done that. And I'm proud of him for taking the time. I don't tell him how to vote. I don't ask him how he votes because I know that he takes the time to educate himself. And I wish that more kids at his age would do the same.
More kids his age. I wish the guy running for Wisconsin Supreme Court Justice would actually read sometimes. Hey, Pam, thank you so much for sharing. And well done. I mean, this is also a tribute to you to instill those kinds of values into your family. You did a great job as well. Thank you. 855-752-4842. Let's see here. Cindy from Appleton, you will be next. Welcome. What do you got for us?
Well, I just want to be careful what we wish for with the voting stuff, because if I know everybody wants to make it better, but one thing I don't ever want to see are the paper ballots go away, because the paper ballots are what is basically our backup safety net. I don't trust anybody just doing anything over a computer because too much of that can be messed up. So I don't ever want to lose paper ballots for a backup.
Right on, Cindy. Appreciate your thoughts. 855-752-4842. Brian, you are next. Welcome, Brian. What do you got for us?
Hey, Dom. I want to thank Civic Media for playing the group for Brad Schimmel today with the Trump speech. If that doesn't motivate people to get out and vote for Susan Crawford, no one will. Also, I really appreciate that the Brad Schimmel group is basically donating money to Civic Media. I think that's a very, very nice thing for them to do.
Thank you, Brian. Appreciate it. And as the announcers will tell you, we got to, as a radio station, FCC, if they want, they got to get it. You got to play it. But that bodes well because they value your opinion out there, folks, as do I. Come back with us, 855-752-4842. I know we got some callers holding. Hold through the break. We'll get to you and your thoughts as well. And we got to move on to some of these other very important issues, like, renditioning. Plicking people up off the street because they got their hat on backwards, or maybe a neck tattoo, or maybe it's that Air Jordan tattoo is going to get you sent off to El Salvador. And good luck getting back. Let's talk about that. Other issues as well. Oh, my God. Hooters filed for bankruptcy. Tell me the biggest stories. Come back with us, 855-752-4842.
Ruby, 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 so
Broadcasting across the state of Wisconsin on the Civic Media Radio Network and around the world on the Civic Media app. This is the Dom Salvia Show. And now, here's your host, Dom Salvia.
And welcome to the Dom Salvia Show. Thank you so much for listening. You can be a part. Join us on the lines, talk or text 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. Happy Election Day to us all. Got Just PS working hard on the board. Yes, Election Day here in the state of Wisconsin. Go and vote for Judge Susan Crawford. Stay away from the BS. We have a little bit more reporting on that, but I want to keep people motivated. Polls are open until 8 p.m.
8 p.m. If you're in line at 8 p.m., stay in line. You will be able to vote.
They have to let you vote.
Absolutely.
So get in line by 8 p.m. Hopefully, you can get your vote in there and vote for Susan Crawford. There's a lot going on today, and we have some other issues to get to. But I want to kind of reiterate and another story here. Sarah Burris reporting over at the Raw Story. 3 Wisconsin voters told MSNBC they cast ballot in the state Supreme Court race on Tuesday and weren't happy about Elon Musk's involvement in their state politics.
All right.
Musk was in Wisconsin over the weekend to campaign for far-right county judge BS, who was supported by the GOP. One woman said outside the polling place, quote, "I don't think Elon changed my vote. I was always going to vote the way I voted today, but again, it adds an additional layer of stakes. And I hope that people see what's happening and see that they're actively trying to buy our government, and I hope that motivates other people." One conservative agreed, saying, "I wasn't a fan of what Elon was doing with the money, but ultimately I still support where Brad is coming from in terms of pro-life issues. So ultimately, that's what I was thinking about when I cast my vote here today." Another woman explained, "It's like they were trying to buy it, and it was upsetting. So I wanted to make sure that I had a little bit of a say." The reporter asked if she meant that she usually wouldn't vote, and she agreed. "But Elon Musk got you here, question mark? Pretty much. Yeah, really. It ruffled some feathers," the Wisconsin woman said. Yes. And I literally had conversations like this today, talking with a friend of mine.
Mm-hmm.
And friend of mine, friend of ours. Let's put it that way. You know, someone who's kind of like-minded, a little liberal, not overtly political.
Mm-hmm.
But went to the poll today because she was upset or didn't like. Upset might not be the word. She didn't like the fact that Elon Musk is trying to buy this election.
It's not a likable thing.
It's not. No. And so if you want to have a little influence on that, all the money in the world, you only get one vote. And Elon, he can't even vote in this state. Now he's trying to buy your votes, but he can't vote. The money can't vote. Not yet. Not yet. And ironically enough, so that's that. Heard this story today, and as she was telling me the story, she got a text from her brother, who was employed at HHS, Health and Human Services, and HHS today started laying people off. According to the AP, the layoffs have begun at the health agencies responsible for research, tracking disease, and regulating food. So while we were talking about the election and kind of her motivation and this kind of thing, she finds out that her brother just got canned. Employees across the massive U.S. Health and Human Services Department received notices of dismissal Tuesday in an overhaul, ultimately expected to lay off up to 10,000 people. The cuts include researchers, scientists, doctors, support staff, senior leaders, leaving the federal government without many of the key experts who have long guided U.S. decisions on medical research, drug approvals, and other issues. At the National Institutes of Health, the world's leading health and medical agency, layoffs occurred as its new director began his first day at work. Here's what Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s worm wrote on social media as he celebrated the swearing in of his latest hires.
Yeah?
"The revolution begins today."
Did you say that's what RFK Jr.'s worm wrote? The worm is fully autonomous now.
The worm controls it all.
Just behind the little steering wheel.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like Men in Black, the little guy,
Yeah.
The revolution, dude, you're part of the government, man. Are you revolutioning against yourself?
Sounds like it. Sounds efficient.
Oh, they're so very efficient. The revolution begins today. Layoffs are expected to shrink HHS to 62,000 positions, lopping off nearly a quarter of its staff, 10,000 jobs through layoffs, and another 10,000 workers who took early retirement and voluntary separation offers.
Mm-hmm. And surely this won't have any impact on the speed, efficiency, or quality of deliverance of services from the HHS.
I mean, of course not. I mean, what you mean? You're gonna save apparently $1.8 billion annually from the department's $1.7 trillion budget, which, as the AP points out, most of which was spent on Medicare and Medicaid health insurance coverage for millions of Americans. So, yeah, $1.8 billion coming out of the system. And if you believe what the revolutionary RFK Jr. is saying, I'm not gonna miss a beat, man.
Not gonna miss a beat.
All waste. All waste. Almost $2 billion annually just in waste. No decline in services. No. Now, I did see some anecdotal social media posts today. People I know that are Social Security, Medicare, whatever the case may be. And some people are saying, oh, my check, my deposit didn't hit. And then ultimately they ended up coming in and saying it. So I don't know. You know, I'm not in that.
But there's a delay.
You know, I mean, seemingly
at least
people
anecdotally.
people were concerned. It is April Fool's. Who knows what these fools are getting into? So I guess ultimately, you know, you go from state news here in the state of Wisconsin to national news. I mean, this is everything is pointing at Wisconsin right now.
Yeah, it is all eyes on Wisconsin right now. It's a strange time to be a cheesehead.
855-752-4842. 855-75-CIVIC. Craig Gilbert from the Journal Sentinel has a nice piece in there. We will get to that momentarily. Let's get some callers in here. Sherry from Horicon, you are up. Welcome. Happy Election Day. What do you got for us?
Oh, happy Election Day. Oh, my God. I've been waiting for this day. So this morning, I'm there, okay, and I live in a little town, Horicon. So I'm number 235.
Wow.
And this is like 10 o'clock in the morning. And there was a line. It was like, oh, my God. And so I'm surrounded by a bunch of other older ladies. So anyway, this lady behind me, I go, hi. And she goes, hi. And I'm thinking, oh, my God, okay, all these guys, I live in Republican land, you know, Trump flags everywhere. And so I'm like, okay, I'm biting my tongue and trying to be very polite. And she goes, we've got to get rid of this guy. We can't have people buying our election.
Nice.
Damn straight.
And I'm like, yes. Everybody looks at me like, okay. What are they talking about?
I want what she's having.
Yes. And so anyway, us old ladies are out there, and even the older ladies are out there, and we're going to get rid of that. We're not going to get bought and paid for. You know, oh my God, I'm a woman. I fought hard for my rights. And there's no man that's ever going to take them away. So there.
So there. Yeah.
Anyway.
Right on, Sherry. Thank you so much for sharing. I love the story. And yeah, and people should. You know, we don't want these millionaires and billionaires, man. They're not even like hiding it anymore. I mean, the dude's literally handing out checks, man.
Yeah, it's not even like I'm going to give it to the party and the party can do as they see fit.
No.
This is directly trying to buy your vote.
Oh, my goodness. 855-752-4842. Craig Gilbert at the Journal Sentinel. I thought this was a good piece. I want to read a little bit of this and get back to your calls and your text. Here's what Gilbert writes. Wisconsin is having a not very normal election today.
That's one way to put it.
State of our world, man. Wisconsin is just not very normal state anymore. As he writes, it is a spring election with all the trappings of a fall election. It is a state election that feels like a national election. It is a nonpartisan election that is unabashedly partisan. It is a contest for Wisconsin's Supreme Court that some people view as a referendum on the president. It is an election for a judge that's costing more money than many races for governor.
Yeah.
It features two candidates most people knew little about until recently, but may draw 2 million Wisconsinites to the polls. It's also, to borrow a phrase, a giant political science experiment. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What happens when you spend far more money than anybody ever has on a judicial election? Great question. What happens? What happens when you do it in America's most competitive state? What happens when you do it at a moment of extreme political polarization? What happens when the world's richest man makes the election his personal project? I'd throw in there, Craig, personal pet project.
Mm-hmm.
What happens when voters are told that an election for Wisconsin Supreme Court is really about Donald Trump at a time when Trump is gradually becoming more unpopular? What happens when all this occurs in the fever pitch of the most turbulent launch of an American presidency in anyone's memory? We'll find out. Oh, yeah. Craig Gilbert from the Journal Sentinel. We'll find out if Elon Musk can practically hijack a spring judicial race, dominate the news coverage, change the financial playing field, and become an organizing force for both sides. We'll find out if Musk's impact on this race was to spend enough to give conservatives a chance, or propel them to victory, or fuel a backlash that helped seal their fate. We'll find out if BS's remarkable decision to close his TV advertising by framing the election as a way to support President Donald Trump was brilliant, crazy, or a little bit of both. We'll find out how powerful the issue of abortion is 2 years after it fueled a double-digit liberal court victory in Wisconsin. We'll find out if Republicans have figured out a formula for getting sporadic Trump voters to vote in low-turnout elections. We'll find out if liberals and Democrats have carved out a structural edge in spring elections because their base consists of more reliable voters. And most of all, we will find out which side's voters are more motivated and mobilized in a moment the president is thrilling his political base and horrifying a lot of people outside his base. More on that from Craig Gilbert. We will put it in the show notes. Yeah, this is a crazy political experiment, kind of like Frankenstein's monster going on over here. And folks, we can have our voices be heard. Reject the money, reject BS. This is our government, we the people. Come back with us, 855-752-4842.
I am through with this, 'cause I am more than this. I promise to myself, alone and no one else. My flame is rising higher. I am the fire. I am burning brighter, roaring like a storm. And I am the one I've been waiting for.
And welcome back to the Dom Salvia Show, 855-752-4842, 855-75 Civic Election Day here in the state of Wisconsin. As Craig Gilbert says, feels like a national election, feels like a governor's
It is
race.
in some way.
I mean, what did Elon Musk say? E.g.
Oh, that this is a fate. This is an election that will determine the fate of humanity.
The fate of humanity. I'm not dead yet. I'm getting better. 855-752-4842. We'll move on to topics, but let's get some callers on this. 855-75 Civic. Heath from DeForest, you are next. Happy days, Heath. Welcome. What do you got for us?
Hey, what's going on? I just wanted to point out again, I know you guys know this, but, for everybody from Wisconsin listening, oh my gosh, why do we have the most expensive, judge race in U.S. history? Well, loan 10 years ago, Republicans changed the laws in our state to allow out-of-state money so that Scott Walker could get out of some campaign finance laws that he broke, right? And I mean, so there wouldn't be any George Soros money, there wouldn't be any Uline money, there wouldn't be any Elon Musk money. So when you're talking to your friends or Republicans that are listening, you know why we have this problem. And there's only one way to fix it. It's call your Republican state legislature and tell them to fix the problem, because it's the problem starting with them, and it's going to have to end with them.
Heath,
So,
what do you
that's all I
think? No, appreciate that, man. What do you think that fix is? I mean, do we reassess whether or not money is speech, or do we do some regulations, some public financing of elections? Like, how do you see the fix is coming out?
I mean, I think the law that existed beforehand, my understanding was it just limited the money to not come from outside of the state of Wisconsin. I could be totally wrong about that, but that would be a good start, wouldn't it? And I can't remember the Supreme Court decision from a decade ago, Citizens United, right?
Yeah, yep.
That said money was speech, right? That's got to go too. But again, every single one of these bad ideas is a Republican idea that was approved by a Republican-controlled U.S. Supreme Court. So there's a consistent line here of where all this bad stuff comes from, and we know where it comes from. But everybody listening needs to know that's where it comes from. So I know where I'm voting today, and there isn't a single Republican I'm going to vote for. So I hope everybody else is in the same boat. Because anybody that's going to gerrymander our vote so that our votes don't mean anything, tell other people what to do with their bodies, let billionaires buy our elections, they're not on our side. They haven't been on our side. They're not going to be on our side. So let's get with the program and get these people out.
Yeah, right on, Heath. Appreciate that, man. Absolutely not on our side. And to your point, I would imagine Republicans consider this, this amount of money spent a windfall, a success. This is what they wanted, man. They wanted, the billionaires to be able to come in and influence by the elections to this degree, man. That's what they wanted.
But only they're billionaires.
Yeah. What about George Soros? What about Hillary's emails?
Hillary's emails. Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? Let's come on, Republicans. You know that this is corrupting. It is corrupting.
No way about it.
No way about it. You can't deny it. It is obscene. It is obscene. It should not be allowed, man. Not like this, to this degree. I mean, let's just start forking out money. Just buy them. Like that's what you're doing. Just open up the floodgate. Yeah, you got 10,000 people, pay them all $10,000. I mean, these elections come down to like 20,000, right?
Right.
Wisconsin's very close. So, just 10,000 people, $10,000 each. We really appreciate you.
And as Maggie pointed out earlier today, that's nothing to Musk.
Right.
It's literally nothing to him. But to someone like you or me, Dom, that's a lot of moolah.
he doesn't get to vote in the state of Wisconsin. 855-752-4842. Thank you, Heath. Ollie from the Northwoods, you are next. Welcome. What do you got for us?
Well, I just wanted to say that I am proud of that little old lady who stood in line, and I wish I could, but unfortunately I'm disabled. But I made sure that my vote was cast by mail-in ballot.
Excellent.
And I made sure that everybody I know knew what was going on in the election, who was doing what, and made sure my children and grandchildren all knew the importance of voting. And I may have kept on nagging, but Granny's got to get her point apart.
Right on, Ollie.
Out there. And I don't want Elon Musk and his money here buying the state of Wisconsin. I believe Wisconsin belongs to we the people, and we the people have the power to stop this.
Yes, we do, Ollie. Yes, we do. Thank you so much. Love the story. Appreciate you. You're not complaining, Grandma. You know, you're just encouraging.
Mm-hmm.
You're leading.
I nag all my friends. I nag my sister. Someone's got to do it.
Mark from the Sac, you're next. Welcome, Mark. What do you got for us?
What is the deal with these Republicans and bragging about how mean they are? I mean, what the heck could an 8-year-old girl do that was a fib be so bad that it required that kind of smackdown that Brad Schimmel had to give her? I mean, for God's sakes, it could have waited till he got home. And who the hell tells this kind of story and brags about it and thinks it's a good thing? It's like Kristi Noem shooting her dog. I mean,
right.
For God's sake, I mean, it's just sick. I mean, if I
mean, it speaks to character.
I mean, it does. I mean, come on. Brad Schimmel, got into his 8-year-old daughter's head and got her to confess to a lie. I mean, it's not like shooting a dog. I mean, I think that's worse. Maybe, I don't know. But he certainly didn't, harm his daughter. Well, not
I mean, he
physically
did describe
anyway.
it as psychologically beating the daylights out of his 8-year-old daughter.
Wow, well done, sir. Can't wait to see what you do if, God forbid, you ever get on the Wisconsin Supreme Court. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate it. 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. Senator Cory Booker, he's been talking for like 23 hours on the Senate floor. We got just a little bit of that. Plus, we're going to get into the deportation of a Maryland man. Accidentally, but too bad, so sad, my bad. Come back with us, 855-757. And welcome back to the Dom Salvia Show, 855-752-4842, 855-75-Civic. Just BS working hard on the board. You folks lining up on the phones, on the text line as well. We will get to you. I promise. Don't forget, we wrap up the program here daily. Well, tell us something good. Maybe
Yes,
we're
we
going to
do.
wrap it up telling us something good. You want to call? We'll take the calls. We'll have the conversations, ask the questions, live the life, do the thing. But you got to tell us something good.
And you got to start with telling us something good.
Yes, you have to start with that.
Them's the rules.
And then we'll let you go on, as long as it's not too long. 855-752-4842, 855-755-Civic. I was going to move on.
We really were. We had plans. We had plans to move on.
I've been wanting to move on.
We've got full show notes.
It is. There's a lot.
There's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Welcome back to It's a Lot.
We're going to rebrand the show. It's a lot. And you know, I've known over the years, you know, not to like pound on a topic too long, but it is election day, and they just keep coming.
Yeah.
And if you need any motivation to go out and vote for Susan Crawford, well, let me give you just one more.
All right, let's hear it.
Oh, my God. I swear I was going to move on.
We were going to move on.
Raw Story reporting.
We made it national.
From like 20 minutes ago. Listen to this crap. The Political Action Committee, funded by Elon Musk, is promising that he will pay people $50 if they take photos of themselves outside of their polling place in Wisconsin after voting. Quote, you will now earn $50 for every picture with a Wisconsin resident outside of a voting location. They'll get $50 too, the PAC wrote on X. First, snap a picture outside of a voting location with a Wisconsin resident holding a photo of Super Judge BS. They call him Super Judge. Yeah.
Are they trying to be clever and like it's the Supreme Court?
Super Judge?
Super Judge?
He
Super Judge? All right. So take a picture with BS, send it in for...
He then asked to upload or email to his PAC website. The post went up on X at 4:30 p.m. Central, more than 9 hours after the polls open. As you might expect, experts warn the move may run afoul of the law.
Well, is this not exactly what you and Maggie were talking about at the top of the show?
Ari Berman, national voting rights correspondent for Mother Jones, commented as such. It's illegal in Wisconsin to engage in electioneering within 100 feet of a polling place. Another quote, Georgia law professor Anthony Michael Kreis. This is so blatantly illegal. If Musk isn't prosecuted for this, we might as well throw out democracy and turn it over to our billionaire lords and landed gentry. It's over. The Waukesha County news site The Freeman posted a report of a, quote, man with a sign outside of Waukesha City Hall that reads, free $100 from Elon Musk. Other reports on Tuesday with the profanity, yada, 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 yada. So there you go, man. They're still trying. They're still trying to influence, still trying to buy.
At the last minute, trying to pull out more cash to buy your vote.
So you can't go, to the election, to a polling place with with your gear on, with your swag on. You can't wear your Trump or I know. Not that there's any other politician that has a cult following like Donald Trump, but there are. I mean, the Kamala La button. Can't wear that. Can't wear that.
Well, when my dad ran for state senate, my sister made us all sweatshirts that said "Plotkin for Senate,"
and you can't wear that.
Couldn't wear that.
Can't wear that to the polling space,
and that makes sense.
So you can't also then presumably snap a picture of your Super Judge BS, near the polling place because that's got
that
the
does
guy's face
seem like
on
it's,
it.
right there.
Wow.
Right there.
Wow. We should not be surprised, but we'll see if anything happens with this. I mean, come on, people. Be motivated. Get rid of this. We can make this thing go away. We can get Susan Crawford elected to the Wisconsin Supreme Court. We can deny. We can push back this constant effort. I mean, you thought money in politics was bad, yesterday. It's worse today.
It gets worse every single day.
Come on, people. It's our own damn fault. Let's just be honest about it, because if we motivated ourselves and got up and we the people over, the many over the money, we could do something about this. But every day is an opportunity. Every minute, every second, every day is an opportunity. Do it now. This is our opportunity right now. Go out and vote for Susan Crawford. Polls are open until 8 p.m. Don't let these billionaires give you the $50. It doesn't even matter to them.
No.
And don't sell out so cheap.
You're worth more.
You're worth more. You are. You are worth more. Damn it, people like you. 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. LA Tom, you are next. Welcome, Tom. What do you got for us?
Well, first off, Dom, we the people ultimately are the government, and I hope Wisconsinites show that today. And remember, it's same-day registration and same-day voting.
Right on.
Also, if Republicans in power are spewing it, you can bet that they're doing it. And Dom, let me just ask you this: we got Mr. Waste, Fraud, and Abuse himself, Elon, who I call Smelly Musk. Spending over $100 million on a Supreme Court race in Wisconsin. I can't think of anything that's more wasteful and what $100 million could do to help somebody than spending money on a political race. So I would say that if you want more money in politics, go ahead and vote for BS. But if you want to get money out of politics, vote for Susan Crawford to get money out of politics, because this is the only way our democracy is actually going to survive. If we get money out of politics completely, move to a campaign system of public financing campaigns, each put $5 on your tax returns, and you'll still have a very, very expensive race, but at least it'll be done by we the people, and the corporations can stay out of it completely. Republicans and Democrats in power must get money out of politics.
Yes,
Citizens
absolutely.
United brought it to us, and conservative Supreme Court. It's your sandbox, Republicans. We unfortunately are having to play in it.
We are, Tom. Thank you, man. Always appreciate it, and always on point. And again, let's remember, this is success for the Republicans. And just to be clear, Tom, the $100 million estimated to be spent in this election cycle is not all from Elon Musk for BS. That is the combination of all the money in so far. I think that was Wisconsin Democracy Campaign came out with that estimate. And since today's election day, we'll find out real soon how close to that $100 million we are.
And how much of that is coming from one person.
One person.
One person.
A lot. Like a majority. Oh, not a majority. 25%.
A plurality.
Plurality. Sure, we'll take that. We will take that. And now they continue to, play these games. 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. Mike from Cedarburg, you're next. Welcome, Mike. What do you got for us?
Well, for years I've known that the MAGA Trumpers were whores, but now they're just proving it, taking the money. One thing I also, I've had a medical condition recently, but I haven't been in a coma. When did Congress declare war?
Right. Yes, the invasion.
I thought only Congress could declare war.
Yes, only Congress. And only
war.
Congress can allocate funds for things as well. Hey, listen, man, Mike, thanks, man. Always appreciate it. These efforts by Trump and this administration, they're being challenged, right? Lots of court cases going on. We'll perhaps get to that. I don't know if we're going to have time today. We'll get to that tomorrow.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. We wanted to move on. We swear we did.
We had a whole talk.
we had a talk. Look at me. Look at my eyes. Look at me. Look at me.
We're moving on.
No, we're not. Because, the grift continues, man. And you're going to sell yourself out for $50, for $5, for $100, for $1 million? I mean, at the end of the day, once you're down to price, yeah.
Nah.
You're kind of putting it out there,
Right.
I mean, if you do it for free, you're called something else, but at least you're getting paid. 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. Let's get Cam in from Appleton. Welcome, Cam. What do you got today?
Hey, guys. I don't know. In my head, I'm thinking of the specific song by Dennis Leary. I don't think I can say the name on the radio, but something about democracy cakewalk. That's all I got, guys.
Thanks, Cam.
That's it. That's all I got. Appreciate
Short
it.
and sweet.
Yes, appreciate it, Cam. As always, 855-752-4842. 484-285-75 Ronnie from HorrorCon. Love the Stuart Smalley. Stuart Smalley. Yeah, that was SNL, right? Yeah, got that. Thank you, Ronnie. Can't believe that one is still stuck in the head somewhere. Against my better judgment, but what the hell? It's a celebration today.
It's election day.
It's election day. Go out and vote. Polls are open till 8:00, and if you're lucky, you might be able just to counter this guy's vote. CJ, are you there? CJ, welcome to the show. What do you got for us? Did you get out and vote yet?
I did, from sunny Florida.
Wait, that sounds fraudulent to me, man.
You voted absentee?
Why would you do that, man? Now they're going to have to count those votes like late at night. And I mean, it's terrible, man. Why would you should vote in person, man? Oh, no, you're fine with absentee voting now.
If I
okay.
had that option, I would have.
Okay,
but,
okay.
It's a beautiful 85 degrees down here, and I just wanted to start out with something good on canceling your vote, Dom.
Oh, hey, joke's on you. I haven't voted yet, CJ. And I like to
All
think.
right, so you're canceling out my vote, but Dom will go and cancel that out.
Right. You might cancel on Justice, but I'm going to take it, man. Hey, what do you? Let me ask you, man. The money, all this offering, and just reported right now, another $50 to get your picture. Get a picture of someone holding Schimmel's holding a picture of Schimmel in front of the polling place. Do you think this is getting a lot out of hand, man? Should we do something about the money in politics, CJ?
Well, yeah, what over $100 million it is. It's sad, and it's sad that it's gotten to this point. But the mere fact is, have you heard the name George Soros?
Yes, but he doesn't give as much
Pritzker?
money as Elon Musk does, man.
We're talking literally an order of magnitude difference.
Well, here's a question for you, though. Do you think you should have to prove yourself to be a U.S. citizen to vote?
Don't you have to do it? You have to prove your citizenship when you register to vote, right?
Yeah.
Because
don't hang on, CJ.
Governor,
hang on, CJ. Don't you already do that when you register to vote?
Well, our governor.
Wait, don't you already do that when you register to vote, CJ? No, man. I'm asking you the question now. Don't you already have to do that when you register to vote? Yes or no?
No, you don't.
Okay, then tell. Yes, you do.
ID.
Yes, you do.
Well, here's the point.
What's the point,
Here's
man?
The way, you think it's buying votes?
Yes,
it
for
is.
What they're doing with
yes.
$50?
Blatantly.
I thought it was buying votes when student forgiveness loans was sold by Biden 3 times after it was deemed.
Yeah, I know you really don't like that, and Biden got pushed back from the courts on that. But no, you talk. Let me get you, man. And if you're going to talk about being efficient and giving money away and influence elections, your guy spent almost $30 billion because he was losing a trade war and he had to shore up his farming support, and he just gave away $30 billion, man. That was your guy during the election cycle, and he bragged about it. What are your comments on that specifically, sir?
Well, your gal.
Yep. There.
Nope.
Good try, CJ. Appreciate it, man. But even CJ, absentee voting, even for a guy like CJ, look at them. All the Republicans are down with us now. Early vote, absentee voting. It's amazing. Where's all the fraud? That's right. You're in sunny Florida, somewhere warm. As a white guy, not one of those black folks living in Milwaukee. CJ, you know what I'm saying? It's amazing how you guys have come around. Absentee voting from out of state. You're not even here, man. And your vote counts, and it should count. And I encourage it. But why was it okay now and it wasn't before? Oh, that's right. Your guy is now promoting it. See how that works? 855-752-4842, 855-75 Civic. Tell us something good. One final segment, and then get your ass out to vote. Polls are open till 8 p.m.
That's why I keep it around.
855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. Tell us something good. Last segment of the day. If you got something to say, hit us up right now. But the rule is you got to start out by telling us something good.
That's right.
All right, let's do it. John from Columbia County. You have been the most patient. John, welcome. Tell us something good, buddy.
John?
Come on, John. Where's John? All right, we'll put him back on.
We'll come back to you, John.
Come back to you, John. 855-752-4842. Wisco Paul, you are up next. Welcome. Tell us something good.
Good afternoon, Dom. Great show as always. And something good for me is a high voter turnout here for the spring election. Win, lose, or draw, it's great to see this many people engaged and ready to go out and vote. And even if I lose, which would be Susan Crawford, it's still a really cool thing to have this many people. And the last thing I want to mention is McCain-Feingold kind of had spending under control in politics, and the Supreme Court changed all that, and it's just a sad thing. Okay, you guys have a great day, and I enjoy listening to you.
Thanks,
right
Polly.
On. Appreciate it, Polly. 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. Let's get to Claire, the OC, the original Claire. Hey, Claire, welcome back. Tell us something good, sister.
Hey, Dom, I've got another silly joke for you.
Love
Let's
it.
hear it.
Lay it on us.
What do you do with a really bad rainbow?
What?
Put it in a prism.
Damn it, Claire. 855-752-4842, 855-757.
Oh, thanks, Claire.
Al from Jackson, you are next. Welcome, Al. Tell us something good.
Hey, what I just heard, man, like for the first time for a few seconds, I heard you and CJ actually agree on something that we need to get money out of politics.
You're right. That's good, right?
Yep. I think we can all agree on that.
Right on, man. Appreciate it, man. 855-752-4842. Ellen from Cedarburg, you will be next. Welcome, Ellen. Tell us something good.
Okay, my last, I was canvassing and calling today, and my last call was to Wayne, and he told me that he voted Democratic, and then he said, and I'm a Republican.
Oh.
He said, but they're going crazy, he said. I said, that was a great last call.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, thank you, Ellen. Appreciate sharing that. You know, I got a call today, too, and usually I don't answer the calls, but I was actually waiting for a call, so I'm like, I'll just grab this. And it was some guy, hey, have you voted yet? And I noticed that you vote because you have your information. You can go vote here. And I told him, I haven't voted yet. I'm going to tonight after the show. Polls are open till 8. And I thanked him for doing that, for reminding folks. That's good. We got to do that. And those are kind of efforts that it takes sometimes. And that literally means people need to volunteer their time to go do that. And so lots of love to those that go out and volunteer to do that and make these elections work. 855-752-4842. Tell us something. Oh, we lost John.
We lost John again.
All right.
I mean, he did tell me that the weather was great. His dogs were... Oh, we got John again. John, tell us something good.
Hey, John.
John?
Hello.
Hey, John. You're on the air. Tell us something good, buddy.
I'm telling you something good. My chickens are friendly to laying eggs, although we lost a few to some rodents. And I voted today, and trust me, Schimmel didn't get my vote.
All right.
And I want to tell you, love your show, and tell me something good. Wow.
Thank you. Appreciate it. What was his name? It's not on the thing.
John. Columbia County.
All
Thank you,
right.
John.
Yeah, thank you, John. Appreciate that. Jess, you got anything good you want to say?
So my something good, it's audio that we were going to play, and we had a plan. We were going to move on. My something good, Senator Cory Booker of New Jersey has been holding the Senate floor for over 23 hours.
Wow.
This man has been standing, not allowed to sit, for over 23 hours, going strong. The live stream of him going strong has currently, I'm going to pull it up right now, 92,000 people are watching this and
Wow.
seeing someone finally stand up against the nonsense. And I encourage you to go onto this live stream of Senator Cory Booker and watch him stand up for democracy. That is my something good. Dom, what you got?
Wow, that is good. I mean, we're going to get to Booker tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
I woke up this morning and got to see the sunrise over Lake Michigan.
Oh,
it was
that's the best.
just random, and I happened to be over, and I looked, and there it was. It was just glorious. So what a way to start the day.
Yeah.
And then it got cloudy and crazy, and then.
But you started the day right.
I always start the day right. It's always downhill once I get out of bed. Folks, thank you so much for listening to the Dom Salvia Show. We appreciate every one of you, and make sure you get out and go vote for Susan Crawford. Let's push back on this, and then let's figure out how we come together to get this money out. Hell, you even heard the conservatives say it. They don't want it. We don't want it. Let's make this happen. But first, we got to get Susan Crawford elected to the Wisconsin Supreme Court. With your help, I'm confident we can do that. I'm going to go vote after this fine show. Thank you to Maggie Dawn for a little overtime with me today. Check out Maggie Dawn's fine show, Monday through Friday, 2 to 4 p.m., preceding this program. Now stick around. Pete Schwab of The Nightlight is coming up next. Thank you, Jess, for everything you do. We'll be seeing you on the radio tomorrow.